Hey everybody, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy, and today we're going to do an unboxing video. Today we're going to unbox a Force Link 2.0 Enfys Nest with her Swoop Bike. So let's go. Alright everybody, here we are today with a toy from the Force Link 2.0 line. This is Enfys Nest Swoop Bike, and we are going to unbox this thing today, but before we get that far, I just want to quickly spin the packaging around, let you guys take a look at the whole thing. And on the back here, what we have is a nice picture of the Swoop Bike and Enfys Nest. And then this is one of the few Force Link items I've seen that actually has a character description on the back, and I'll go ahead and read that to you guys. Enfys Nest Swoop Bike. The Cloud Rider gang, led by Enfys Nest, terrorizes the skies atop their mean-looking swoop bikes. Little more than engines with seats, swoops are hard to control, but capable of incredible speed. Alright, and the last time I heard the term swoop bike was actually from Shadows of the Empire, if you guys are familiar with that story at all. But let's unbox this thing and see what we have here. So, one of the things I've come across already about this character is there's a little bit of a controversy. And for context, just so you guys know, I'm filming this video before the Solo movie has been released. It's early May, and the movie's going to be released on May 25th. But here we go. Here is the character out of the box. People are having a big debate about, is this a male or a female character? And I did looking online, and from the sources I refer to for Star Wars, one of the most reliable ones I've seen said that this is a female character, but then I've seen people today saying that this is actually a male character. And one of the articles I actually read today online was saying that right now, really nobody knows. Probably the only people that know right now are the people at Lucasfilm, and currently they're not saying. But I've seen a lot of theories and speculation online, and most of the ones I've seen think that this is a female character. And then I've also seen some fan speculation that are some fan theories out there that they believe that Enfys Nest is actually Kira in disguise. So I don't know. We're going to find out when the movie's released, so we won't get upset about it. We'll just wait for the Solo movie. But let's go ahead and pop this character out of here. And to be honest with you, I'm not totally sure. Should I be calling him or her, or he or she? But we'll just refer to him as Enfys Nest right now. All right, guys, so here is the... Oh, nice. It actually has a cloth cape. Very cool. Okay, so here he is. And he's wanting to focus on the box here. Let's see if we can get him to focus on the actual character. Alright, there we go. Very nice. I can already tell this is going to be a very popular character, a fan favorite. So I hope they did a good job on this character in the movie. And we don't totally know what these are yet, but you can see there's something attached to his wrists here. And I'm not totally sure what these are. It looks like some kind of weapon or mechanism or something, but you can see there's some sort of device actually attached to the wrists of the character. Very interesting. Okay, and so as you can see, we have a cloth cape here. And then you have fur over the shoulders and coming off the back of the helmet. You can see there's these big wings on the helmet. And you have these horn-looking items on the top as well. And then looking down here, you have this bone and mechanical device on the chest. And then, let's see here. All right, so let's run through the movements real quick. So, let's see here. Side to side movement on the head. And you can see there's this big piece of fur that is coming out of the back of the helmet here. And that's kind of dragging on the shoulders a little bit. But it's not restricting the movement. So you can turn the head all the way around. Then you have a little bit of up and down movement, not a whole bunch. And then looking at the arms here, okay, so you have shoulder movement, and then also there's wrist movement, but the articulation's a little bit like up here on the forearm, so you can rotate the wrist. And I believe that's on both arms too, yep. Very cool. And then looking at the legs here, you have hip movement, so you're going to have to sit them on the Swoop Bike. And the other thing I'm kind of wondering is, when you look at the arms, you see there's this big fur collar that goes all the way around the shoulder. And when you try to move the arms at the shoulders, that's about as far as you're going to get up. And then you're going to have going back, that's about as far as you're going to get. And it's due to the fur collar is restricting the character a little bit. And just be aware of that if you decide to purchase. And looks like there's some sort of mechanism coming out pant leg here that is attached to the boot. That's very interesting. I'm wondering if that has some importance or significance, and it's on both sides. Maybe it has something to do with the Swoop Bike. Let's see here. Okay, so the figure will stand. So then here is the accessory, and actually I want to get the try and get the camera to focus on just this. Here's the accessory, and it looks like a vibro blade of some sort, and there's a little handle on it here. And I think there's actually a quick shot of Enfys using this thing in the trailer. You have to have a really sharp eye, but there's a scene where they show Enfys walking on the top of that train. It looks like they're trying to rob, and she's doing combat with what appears to me to be Woody Harrelson's character. Okay, I'm trying to see how he holds this thing. Okay. Very cool. Okay. So there you can see how Enfys holds the vibro blade that he comes with. Very interesting. All right, so let's go a little bit further here, and let's get this bike out of here, the Swoop Bike. And it's in there pretty good. All right, there we go. It is out. Great. No assembly required. I like that part. Okay, you can get a little instruction book. We're not going to go through that, but just to show you what it does here. Okay. And just making sure there's no other extra pieces in the box, and I think we have it all, but here you go. Here is the Swoop Bike, and very nice looking speeder bike, and wow, it has pedals on it, but they do not move. Well, they got a little flexibility to them, but they're not meant to move, it appears. And it actually looks like that is some sort of pedal that may be attached to a blaster here. Very cool. Very nice. You have a little tri-wing at the front there for steering. And I don't feel any movement on it. And there's no movement here on the handlebars at all either, unfortunately. All right, and I'm looking at the back here, and it looks like there might be some sort of moving part, because it looks like there's a part here that might move. But I don't, it doesn't appear so. Okay, I'm just getting hopeful that there's some moving parts, but there you can see the bike. Very nice, little tiny thin seat on it, and as the box said, it's really nothing more than an engine with a seat on it. So there you go, is the bottom. And there is what the thrusters look like on the Swoop Bike. Now, and there's no landing gear or anything. You can see there's just like a flat spot here, and then you have this area here which is pretty flat, and so it just kind of rests on the ground. So there's no landing gear or anything, but let's see how well he or she fits on the bike. And I already can tell looking at this character, it's gonna have a lot of accessories and gadgets on this character, very Boba Fett like. So, and the character fits on there very well. There you go, and you can see the cape. There's a cloth cape, and now I know why they made it cloth, so you can actually sit him on the bike. Very cool. But apparently, in the movie, what I was looking up earlier today is that they refer to this character as a marauder, and he has a gang, and the name of the gang is called the Cloud Riders. So, and as you can see here, maybe if I scoot the figure forward a little bit, but you can see the feet don't totally line up with the pedals. I mean, they come really close, and it's not like, oh, yeah, he's a little bit loose. It felt like she was on there a little bit better than that. Okay. This character has very small hands, and they're not getting exactly the best grip on the handlebars. And there you can kind of see how little the hands are, and they do grip it and they're on there, but you know, as we just saw, it did fall off a little bit. So I mean, she's on there really good, but there's a, you know, it's not firm to where it's not going to fall off if you move it around a little bit. But you know, maybe if you fiddle with it, you could get her to seat on the, there we go, you can kind of get the feet on the pedals. They come really close, so that's cool. All right, so as we said, this is a Force Link 2.0 figure, and so if you're not familiar with what Force Link 2.0 is, it is a little scanner, and this is the device right here. And so each of these characters, figures and vehicles, has little chips in them, so you can scan them, and you're going to get lines from the movie and combat and battle sound effects, things like that. And so let's scan this thing. So the way you turn this little guy on is, what you want to do is tap the little sensor area right here, and you can see it turn on and light up. And let's take Enfy off the bike for now, and let's see what he says. The only law out here is my law. Okay, it sounded like the weapon. And those are some of the combat sounds I was talking about.
It's time to bring them some credits.
Let's move out. It's time to bring them some credits. I think that's what she's saying. If you hear the character has some sort of device over their voice, so it's hard to hear who they are.
Marauders, bring me their weapons.
Marauders, bring me their weapons. That's what she said.
Let's move out. It's time to bring them some credits.
Let's move out.
The only law out here is my law. Marauders, bring me their weapons.
So there's two. I didn't hear what she said that time. All right, so when you're using the Force Link, there's supposed to be two ways to get it to cycle through the scenes. One way is you can repeatedly tap the back of this thing, and it's supposed to cycle through the scenes. And then the other way you can do it is you're supposed to be able to move the thing with the character, and that's also supposed to say different things. So let's see here.
The only law out here is my law.
Now, as I was talking about earlier, there's a big debate about whether or not this is a male or female character. And just going off the way the voice sounds, I'm going to say it's a female. That's just my best guess. I'm not 100% positive on that. But this is obviously a mysterious character. And again, I've seen fan theories out there that say that these two are the same people. That this is actually Kira in disguise. So we will find out. But that's a fan theory I've actually seen out there. But one of the reasons I want to call this a female is one of the things I've noticed in the Force Link line is when they make a female character, the hands are usually a little bit smaller. And the character itself is actually a little bit smaller. And to me, I've handled enough of these figures. These hands on this character seem to be more in line with female hands, at least size-wise. So if you look at Kira, for example, you can see the hand size is very similar. So we will see. We will find out when the movie's released. So with the Force Link, you're also supposed to be able to scan the vehicles and get sound effects. So let's see what the Swoop Bike says. Okay, it's going, it's going, it's going. Wow. Okay. So, like I kind of expected, there's some blaster sounds. There's not much more to it than some engine sounds. Some blaster effects. And it sounds like it just keeps going until you pull it away from the speeder. There we go. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so that was what the speeder bike sounded like, or the Swoop Bike. I apologize. But very nice Swoop Bike. I really like this thing. I think it's going to be a fan favorite. It's going to be popular. This is probably one of the more cooler designs for a speeder bike since Return of the Jedi. I like this thing a lot. Okay, so let's reinsert Enfys back on the bike. Okay. And there you have it, Enfys Nest on Swoop Bike. Alright, guys. There he is, Enfys Nest with Swoop Bike from the new Solo movie. And this is a Force Link 2.0 figure. And thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.